Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Very
And you?
good. I'm great. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the class. I'm about to send a message to your classmates because they are not here. Maybe they are sleeping today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did it rain yesterday in your city?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, that's the reason why your classmate they are not here. Maybe because it rained. But no, I'm sending a message. But okay, so yeah, it rained a lot, a lot. I was checking the news and I saw like there was a bus that it was in the middle of the road with a lot of water. So
Yes, in Sonsonate. Mhm.
yes, but I don't know what happens in the end. I mean, it's people all right. I mean, I didn't see like the full news, but
Me neither.
I hope
Mhm.
people are okay. I hope so. But anyway, so guys, when it rained a lot, I mean, try to stay safe. Okay, don't go out unless it is totally necessary. Okay. Well, welcome. I can see Michelle. Hello, Michelle. How are you?
We're fine. Good morning.
Morning. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
All
Nice to see
right.
you.
Uh-huh.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. Thank you guys for coming. Now we are going to start today. We are going to practice the topic that we studied yesterday. Do you remember what was the topic?
Third conditional.
Correct. That is the one. So we are going to practice that topic a little bit. I hope you remember. And I already sent a message on WhatsApp's group. So let's see if your classmate join us. Let's start. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So today is June 27th. And yesterday we talked about the third conditional. Let's see if you remember. In which scenarios can I use the third conditional? Can I use it for future, for predictions, or what? What scenarios?
Um, for past situations.
Ah,
Imaginary past situations.
very good. Exactly. So basically is when we talk about imaginary situations in the past or regrets, right? Sometimes we regret about the actions that we did or the actions that we didn't. So we use the third conditional. What is the structure that I need to have? Uh-huh.
We
Do you
have the
remember?
clouds. The
Okay, we
clouds.
have two clauses. Uh-huh.
Um, um,
The word if
Mm-hmm.
and then the past perfect.
Okay. I need two clauses. One clause with if it is in past perfect.
perfect.
And the
Yeah.
other clause?
The other, we have a modal like will, could, or might
Uh-huh.
with have and with,
The verb in past participle.
but
Okay. Basically that. If you see, as you said, we need two clauses. The clause with the word if is the one that is going to be in the past perfect. Then the main clause, we are going to need one modal that it could be would, could, might, even some people can use should, so it doesn't matter. Then we need helping verb have, and after have, I need a verb in the past participle form. For example, if she had run faster, she would have won the race. And remember, we can switch the order and we can say, she would have won the race if she had run faster. So this is the structure for the third conditional. Got it? Is that clear?
Yes.
Are you sure? Ready for an exam?
Mm. We can try
Okay.
it.
Ah, that's the attitude. Okay, let's find out the answer for the following sentences. We need to put the correct verb so we can make the conditional sentence. Okay, let me open it up. Imagine if in the number one says, if they a taxi. So what do you think? What will be the sentence here?
If they had taken a
Okay.
taxi,
If they had taken a taxi,
they will have came
came,
in time.
came.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to send you guys to review the verbs in past participle. Okay, came is in past. What is the past participle form?
Come.
Correct. So instead of A, we need O. So if they had taken a taxi, they would have come in time. Very good, very good. Okay, I will be asking individual again. So the next one will be for Michelle. Let's see who else is there. Welcome, Fernando. Welcome, Paola. How are you guys?
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Excellent. Welcome to the class. Okay, guys, whenever you're ready.
Okay. If Alice had to leave,
Had to leave.
have live without to.
Leaving like this?
Leave it.
Like this?
Like this, yeah.
Mhm.
The house at AM. She will have to
To
will have coat.
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 Cut.
Cut.
Coat. CAUGHT.
Okay.
Right.
But what is the past participle of leave?
Left.
Because it's not a regular verb. This is irregular.
There.
Ah, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you guys to review the verbs in past participle.
Yeah.
If Alice had left, pretty good, had left the house at 8 a.m., she would have caught the bus. Pretty good. Fernando, Paola, who's ready?
You had told Kevin to send the email, he would have sent it.
Very good. If you had told Kevin to send the email, he would have sent it. Very good. Paola?
If the teacher had checked our dictations, she could have to, no, she could have told us the marks.
Very good. That is the one. And the last one, Arismendi again. The last one.
If you had returned, pardon, with ed,
Returned.
10 minutes early, you will have seen your son first step.
Okay, pretty good job. All right. Okay, excellent job, guys, with the structure. I think that the only observation right now, well, we have some issues with the verbs, especially with the irregular in the past participle. I know that it's difficult to memorize all of them, right? On internet, you can find the list. I mean, you can go on internet and says regulars and irregular verbs in past participle, and you will find the list there. So try to review them, try to memorize the ones that you don't remember pretty well, so you don't forget them. In this kind of scenarios, I mean, verbs in past participle are very, very useful. Okay, let's have another practice. I have here some boxes with different sentences. You had to pick one sentence and you have to tell me the condition. What would have happened if? For example, I'm going to start with the number one. The number one says, if I hadn't come to class today, so what would have happened? How can we complete this sentence? Can you give me ideas? If I hadn't come to class today,
I could have mess
I could
the
have.
mess like missing.
Ah, okay.
I mess the instructions for the exam.
Okay, the instructions for the exam, pretty good. What else, guys? What would have happened if you hadn't come to class today? What do you think? Could you sleep more?
Yes.
How can I say that?
I will have slept more.
Very good. I would have slept more. Pretty good. So that is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to pick a number, read the sentence, and complete the sentence using the conditional. Okay? So who's next? I need a volunteer. Who wants to try? If I don't have volunteers, who say me?
I am Michelle.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 3.
3.
Yes.
Okay. Read it, please.
If I have known you well, 10 years ago, I will have learned it.
I would have.
If I had known you 10 years ago, I might have learned English in.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
I might have learned English. That's good. That's a good sentence. Pretty good. Michelle, pick one of your classmates.
Fernando.
Okay, Fernando, give us a number.
4.
Okay. Read it, please.
If I hadn't decided to learn English, I wouldn't I wouldn't found my job.
Okay. I wouldn't found is missing something.
I wouldn't have found my job.
That is the one. Exactly. Pretty good job. Now, we have to be careful in this kind of sentences because when we add the negative form, like wouldn't, sometimes we forget have. So in this scenario, it will be I wouldn't have found. So don't forget the auxiliary have. Very good, Fernando. Can you pick one of your classmates, please?
Arismendi.
Thank you. Arismendi, give us a number.
8.
Okay. Read it, please.
If I hadn't spent all my money, I could have bought my backpack. I don't know, a backpack.
Okay, sounds good. Very good job. Very good job. Pick one of your classmates, please. Who's missing?
Paola.
Paola is missing. Paola, go ahead.
Yes. 6.
Okay.
If you hadn't left the window open, the rain wouldn't have entered. No.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, enter, right?
Yeah.
Entered the house.
Yeah, very good.
To
To the house. Very good job. So if you see, guys, this is a way that we can use the third conditional. I know it's a little bit complicated because the structure is a little bit long, right? But if you try to remember that you need would, have, and then the verb in past participle, you can say any kind of sentence that you want. Got it? Is it clear, the structure, everyone? Any questions?
No, teacher. Clear.
Clear as water or clear as horchata?
As water. But
Okay.
yeah, if you say the structure is too long because we have would plus, well, if the sentence is negative, we have would plus not plus have, and the very important part is the
Yes, it is. Actually, the third conditional is one of the most complicated, actually. That's why we don't see third conditional in the previous levels. We just see it in the advanced levels. In your case, you are intermediate 3, so that's why it's a little bit complicated. It's very long, but now you already know that, so you can do it. We are going to have a speaking activity right now, so everybody practice. Well, this is what we are going to do. I want you guys to talk about someone, okay? This is optional, okay? You can talk about someone else, someone you know, or you can talk about yourself. It's up to you, okay? So talk about someone or about you who didn't make the right decision, okay? Think about someone that you consider that made a mistake maybe or didn't make the correct decision, and try to talk about that person, describe what the situation was and what the decision that they made, okay? And then you can include the reason why they regret that decision. For example, if you are going to talk about yourself, what can you say? Well, you can say, I remember when I was younger, I was looking for a job. And I found a job that I didn't like it, but I accepted it. If, and this is the regret, if I hadn't accepted that job, I wouldn't have, I don't know, spent 1 year of my life, something like that. I don't know, I'm inventing, of my life, okay? Or if I hadn't worked in that place, I could have used my time learning something new. If I hadn't accepted that job, I wouldn't have been so sad during 1 year. Things like that. That is what I want you to do. First, describe what is the decision that you make or the decision that you didn't make. And then describe the situation. And in the end, you have to say why you regret about it. When you explain the reason why you regret, there you have to use the third conditional. If you are talking about someone else, perfect. You can say, well, you know, I have a friend. He was dating with a toxic person. Everybody told him not to do it, but he was in love. In the end, she was very toxic. If he hadn't, oops, if he hadn't dated her, and then you can say what would happen. He would have been happier, okay? If he hadn't dated her, she would have taken all his money, or I don't know, you can invent. Is that clear what we are going to do? Yes?
Yes.
Remember, you can talk about yourself or just talk about someone you know. The idea is describe the situation and then use the third conditional to talk about regrets. I'm going to send the instructions on WhatsApp's group so everybody can see it. Because we are not so many people, we are going to work in pairs. But guys, I need to everybody participate. If you listen to your classmates is not using the third conditional, so tell them that they have to include the third conditional. If your classmate is not using the correct, the correct verb in past participle, also tell them. Now, oh my gosh, I don't see Arismendi anymore. Okay, so because we are just 3, it's better if we do it here in the main room.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
So
I feel that.
I am
yeah, I don't see Arismendi anymore. Okay, so who wants to start? Tell us about someone you know, or it can be about yourself. Volunteers?
Okay, me.
Go ahead.
Okay, I remember when I was younger, maybe I think in my third year of university, in the second semester, I have to study the third course of physics, and but in that moment also I have to dance because I was in the company of ballet here in San Salvador. So in that moment, I preferred continuous dancing. So if I had studied more and used better my time, I would have passed that physics course that time. So that was a little complicated because I have to then course again that subject, and that's very difficult, I think.
It was a difficult subject.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But did you enjoy dancing?
Always.
Well, in the end, that's good because if you enjoyed it, I mean,
Yeah,
don't
but
regret about it.
not but in when I have to repeat the course, also I have another subjects, and I don't
Ah,
have any options to fail. So I have
yeah.
to take that decision and try to study more and be more in the university and try to fail. And I
Mhm.
have to uh, pause the,
Okay.
the time with the company. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's difficult when you are trying to do the two things or more at the same time. That's difficult. All right, but nice use of the third conditional. I like that. Uh-huh. Who's next, Fernando or Paola?
I was thinking, well, in my case, 3 years ago, no, 3 years ago, we were in pandemic. In 2021, I decided to apply to my first job, well, my first internship, and I applied to V3. I was there 3, 4 months because later I saw the opportunity in Aplaudo. So I decided to move to apply to Aplaudo. But my experience, my short experience in V3, was a little complicated. Honestly, I didn't like because the atmosphere and the culture is so different uh, to Aplaudo compared to Aplaudo. So I think um, if well, in that moment I didn't know Aplaudo, but I saw the company is too close from my home. So if so I think if I I hadn't applied to V3 in that moment, uh, I I I wouldn't have applied to another company because
Okay.
joining to Aplaudo, I have learned many things about technology. So I love
All
that.
right, sounds good. Excellent. So you see, guys, I mean, one decision can change everything. All right,
Yes,
so
totally.
now do you like your job?
Yeah, actually, right now, yes, I
H-
love it.
How many years have you been working there?
I joined to Aplaudo in November 2021,
Ah,
like
all right.
as an internship for 6 months, and then I joined officially.
That's great. Good for you. Excellent. Okay, now Fernando, the last but not least, tell us.
Nice story, Paula. Well, in my case, I will talk about a friend. So, a friend of mine picked our own career. He regretted about the time he spent because he later decided to move to another career. If he had thought about his dreams, he wouldn't have spent time.
All right. That's very difficult. I mean, imagine, guys, when you made that mistake. Actually, that happened to me. I was studying something different, and then I say, oh my gosh, this is not just for me. So
How many time you have studied?
only
You
one
have been
year.
studying? Only one. Oh, well.
Yeah, only 1 year. It wasn't so
At
long.
least it was only 1 year.
Yes, because imagine, my gosh, I cannot imagine my life doing what I was studying. So it is difficult. So if I had continued studying that major, I would have been here with you guys. Or imagine in that case, I would, oh my gosh, I would have been in
What
trouble.
was it? What were you studying, teacher? In the
Ah,
first
you,
place.
you won't believe me. Can you try to guess?
I don't know, like law.
No, it was worse.
Oh,
Okay.
something.
Social career.
Any
No, I think that it
engineering?
was worse. No, it wasn't that hard. Just imagine me wearing a white uniform.
Oh, medicine.
No, it was
Oh,
worse than that.
Nursing.
Yes,
what?
nursing.
Oh, right.
I
Nursing.
think that that is, I don't know what I was thinking about. But yeah, I was studying nursing. I don't know. I had the idea that all people that when I went to the doctor or when you go to the hospital, you see that the nurses, they are always upset, angry, and all those things.
Yes.
So when I was
Yes.
younger, I thought, I really want, I really like, medicine and helping people. And I thought I would be different. I mean, I want to help people. I want to treat them in a friendly way, very lovely, and help them. But when I
Yes. I
started
want
there,
I want to be that cool nurse in the hospital.
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But then when I had my practice, I mean, I was studying 1 year, but in that year, uh, we the teacher sent us to have practice,
Mhm.
and then I discovered why nurses are always upset. So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh my
I don't blame
goodness.
them. I don't blame them. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a very hard job. So I said, this is not just for me. So run away. So if you see, those are decisions that we might regret a little bit. Now, you are not the only ones, or we are not the only ones who had made wrong decisions. There are famous people that they had made some decisions that are not so good. So I want you to think about a famous person who didn't make the right decision. So tell me what the decision was and why do you think that they regret? For example, do you know these people?
Yes.
I forgot the name of the man.
Okay. Fernando?
Ronaldinho.
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 You know
Yeah.
him. Very good. So he was a nice and famous soccer player. Do you think that he made a wrong decision? What do you think?
Not in,
Oh, you don't know it.
no.
I
Michelle
remember
Fernando?
he played with the Barcelona, but that is the only thing that I remember from.
Okay. Anyone? No?
He regrets not continuing Paris Saint-Germain. Girl.
Okay. Could be.
Mm.
And after that, guys, when was like very famous, he started drinking a lot and partying started to have a lot of women, you know, drugs, alcohol. That's what I read in the news. So imagine that's the reason why his reputation now it's very bad because he consumed a lot of alcohol and he had like a very, crazy life. So what do you think? What will be the regrets that he had right now? Let's try to use the third conditional. Mhm. Any idea? Imagine if I could say, if he hadn't drunk too much, what would have happened?
He will have uh, better reputation. I'm not sure.
Okay, he would have, or he would have had a better reputation. Yes. What about his money? Do you think that he would have had more money? Or a wife?
Mhm.
Because he had a lot of women, but I'm not sure if he had like a truly wife. But bad decisions. How about the next one? Do you know her?
Yes, Britney.
Do you think that she made wrong decisions?
The only news that I heard about her is the Britney's finance was controlling by her father, but her
Mm-hmm.
father is a terrible person.
It
So
is.
I think if she if she had decided to control herself, her money, um, he he could have had a better style life.
Ah, very good. So imagine in that case, if she had, what is the pronunciation of this verb?
Decide,
Decide?
decide, decide,
I do.
Decided. That is the one. Because
decided.
if you say just decide, it will be like this. So that is in present. So ed endings, decided. Okay? Very good. So, do you know any other famous person who had made mistakes? What do you think? Can you think in someone?
Oh, for
Uh-huh.
example, well, it's not a famous person because it's the whole company.
Mm-hmm.
And when DC Comics,
Mm-hmm.
when DC Comics uh, don't, didn't bring the character of Superman to Henry Cavill again, because
Ah.
yeah, because it was a decision by DC, not Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Cavill wanted the character.
He want to continue.
He wanted to continue, but
Okay.
DC said no. So, well, that was the worst decision.
So imagine what would have happened if DC company had decided to continue working with Henry Cavill. What would
They they could they could have they mm, they could have no wait. Mm,
they could have earned
well,
more money in the
maybe
movies?
more. Yeah, maybe, but maybe they could have had better reputation.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
help.
right now, yeah, because right now the reputation of the DC
It's
is not
bad.
the best. Is not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fans that, I mean, they don't like the decision, right?
Yeah, they are, well, we are uncomfortable.
Definitely. Guys. What else? Another famous person that you know who had made a bad decision? Think about politicians in our country, maybe singers, actors. What do you think? Can you remember someone?
Maybe continues with the example with Paola,
Mhm.
related with Disney. Uh, if Disney had trusted in Johnny Depp and continues working with him um, in all the related things with
Projects?
all the projects related with the Pirates of the Caribbean, they could have more success now.
They could have had.
Had okay, they could have had more success.
Definitely. Imagine, guys, maybe we would have had more movies. And
Mhm.
that's great because I love Pirates of Caribbean. I think that it's a nice,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice saga. Unfortunately, they didn't. So, what else? Fernando, do you know someone famous who had made a mistake?
In 2008, it was released the movie uh, about Batman and Joker, and
Mm-hmm.
the actor, the Joker actor, who was Heath Ledger, I don't recall his name correctly. Um, he abused uh, drugs and he died by intoxication.
Yeah.
So if he hadn't abused drugs, he wouldn't have died.
Yes. That's pretty sad, actually. So imagine he will be here. He will be alive, but unfortunately, that mistake took his life. That's pretty sad. But that is a good example. And unfortunately, imagine he was a very good actor. So, wrong decisions, guys. Now, in the third conditional, it is not only to talk about regrets, but also to imagine situations that might be different. So, let's answer this question. If you had been given $1 million for your last birthday, what do you think, guys? How would you have spent it? What do you think?
Oh my goodness. If I had, if I have had $1 million for my last birthday, I I would have bought a house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where? In which city or in another country?
Sorry, teacher.
In which
Where?
city would you like to buy a
In
house?
which city? Mm, maybe in San Salvador or in Antigua, Switzerland.
Okay, pretty good. That's a nice decision. And you guys?
Yeah, me too. I will have bought two houses. One
Ah,
here in San Salvador, another in Bogota, maybe. And also, I will have invested
mhm.
invest
Invested?
in, yeah, in some entre, entrepreneur idea.
Okay. And are houses expensive in Bogota?
Mm, are more expensive here in San Salvador.
You think?
Yeah, I am definitely sure about that. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. So guys, in Bogota, the houses are cheaper, so that's another idea.
yeah.
Fernando, how about you, Fernando? If you had given $1 million for your birthday, what would have you done with it?
Yes, probably I will look for projects in blueprints. Um, I will request 50% of the debt to a bank of the amount that I have, which is for uh, $500,000, and but buy that project in blueprints because they are cheaper. Then when the project is completed, uh, uh, I will sell that property.
Okay, I would have
I will have I don't know the path of sale.
sold.
So I will have sold that property by a higher amount, and the rest of the money I will have um, invested in stocks, and the rest is for me.
Okay, that's interesting. So you are thinking about investing money. Pretty good job. I like that. So imagine $1 million, maybe for this birthday, guys. Now, if you had been able to choose a career or a major when you were a child, well, this is a question that we discussed yesterday. So would you have studied the same, or would you have studied something different? What do you think? What occupation would you have?
If I had resources, I would have studied medicine.
Medicine. Imagine in this moment, if you had studied that before, do you think that you had would have graduated already or not yet?
Not yet.
In which year do you think that you will be in?
8.
Oh, in the last one.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, that's great. Almost about to finish. How about you, girls?
I don't know if I had been able to choose my career when I was a child. Mm, oh my goodness. Maybe I I I wouldn't have choose chosen the
Chosen?
career that chosen, right?
Chosen.
Chosen. Okay, chosen the career that I studied right now. Because when I was a child, uh, I was thinking in another thing. So I didn't imagine that I study business administration.
All
Yeah.
right. Interesting. Who else? What about
Mm,
you?
I, mm, I'm not sure because when I was a child, I
Mhm.
always know that I was good at math. So in that moment, I think I I don't have clear that I
Clear?
want clear that I want to be a industrial engineer, but I like that part related with the engineering. So maybe I will will have chosen something related with engineering and science, like biotechnology or something like that, maybe. But at the end of the day, I am really happy being industrial engineer and knowing about projects and all that kind of things.
All right, interesting. Okay. Now, the last questions. Let's imagine the situation. What would you have done? Okay, imagine the situation. If if some criminals have robbed the bank while you were there. Okay? Imagine that you were in the bank doing something. So what would you have done if some criminals have robbed the bank in that moment? What do you think? Mm-hmm.
Run.
Would have run? I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. Why not? Uh-huh. What else? How about you girls?
I will have frozen, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never been in a situation like that, but I when I have some stress related with some situation like that, I think I will have frozen. Yeah.
Mm, and it's typical. I mean, most of the people just got frozen. Yeah, it's typical. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Who else? Another idea? What would you have done?
Maybe if if I if I had been in that bank, maybe criminals could have taken my things.
Everything. You know, take my money, take
Yeah,
everything.
yes, yeah. Take all my money, leave me alone.
Okay.
And
So the criminals would have taken everything. Hmm, that's true. Unfortunately, right? We cannot fight against them. So if you see in this scenario, we are not talking about regrets. We are just talking about past situations and we are imagining what would have happened. Okay? So this is basically the use that we can have to the third conditional. Is that clear? Yes?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, pretty good. Well, unfortunately, guys, we don't have more time. Just don't forget to continue working on the platform. And tomorrow we are going to check a new topic. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions before leaving?
No, teacher. The speaking evaluation will be next week, right?
Yes, until next week.
Okay.
Remember that now we only have 2 audios, so no worries. Until next week.
Nice.
Pretty good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being in the class and participating a lot. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.
See you,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
See you.